In your yoga practice, if you can explore your active range of motion, especially of your hips and your shoulders, that will allow those areas, those joints, to give you much more freedom in the movement. In this practice, we'll be working on that active range of motion for the hips and the shoulders, and we'll be seated in a chair. So find a chair that has got a nice hard seat so that you can sit tall. When you sit tall, come forward on your chair seat and rock forward on your sitz bones and rock back. Rock forward again and back. Stay in this nice easeful movement. Now see if you can rock forward and keep that position. As you draw your right knee up, just do that in its own power and take it down. Lift it up, take it down. Lift the right knee up and take it down. Take the left knee up and down and up and down and up and down. Now take the right knee up, grab hold of it and give it a nice hug in. See if you can draw the thigh up toward the ribs as much as possible. Release it down 2 more times. First, lift it up on its own power, hug it in, get a little bit more range of motion before releasing it down. Lift your right foot up, hug it in, release it down. With the left leg lifted up, engage the leg nicely, spread your toes before hugging it in with the help of your hands, carrying it to greater flexibility. Release down. Lift up, hug in for more flexion. Release it down. A 3rd time, lift up, hug in, and take it down. Now let's work a little bit more on our leg strength. Lift your right foot up, reach it out, bend your knee, take it down. 2 more, lift up, reach out, bend the knee, take it down. 1 more, lift up, reach out, bend the knee, and take it down. Left leg lifts up, reach out, bend the knee, and take it down. Maybe you can go even slower. Lift it up, reach out, hold it, bend your knee, and take it down. 1 more. Lift up, reach out, hold it, bend your knee, and draw down. One of the poses we do in yoga is to stand on one leg, grab the big toe, and reach out. But that's almost like the arm is carrying the leg. So rather than have the arm do the work, let your leg do the work. Lift your right knee up. Reach your right foot out. See if you can find your toe. Now, if the toe feels a little bit too far from you, bend your knee to find your toe and lift your foot up. If that doesn't work for you, just hold on to your calf muscle and release down. Do that 2 more times. Lift your right foot up, reach your right leg out, find your big toe, lift up, release down. 1 more time. Draw the thigh in, reach out, grab your toe, lift up, and release down. We'll do the left leg. Lift the left leg up, reach out, find your toe, lift up, release down. The slower we go, the more you work on the leg strength. Lift up, reach out, find the foot, lift up, and release down. And a 3rd time, lift up, reach out, Find the foot, lift up, and release down. So move over to the right side of your chair. Draw your right knee in and reach your right foot back. Now sometimes the back of the leg gets really tight when you do this, so be gentle. Lift your right leg up, take your right foot back, keeping the knee bent. Lift your right knee up and reach back. So we go from flexion to extension. Sometimes in yoga we hold on to the foot when it's in extension. Lift your right foot up, hold on to the right shin, reach your right foot back. So the arm is helping you do the stretch. You feel a lot more lengthening on the front of the right leg. Release your foot down. Let's try the same movements with the left leg. Take your left knee up, reach it back, lift up, reach back, lift up, reach back. Now with the use of your left hand, take your left knee up, find your shin, reach your left knee back. See if you can get a nice thigh stretch. Keep the action of the left foot so you're engaging nicely. Release your foot down. So the arm really helped you out in that thigh stretch. With the hip in extension, taking the right foot back, can you find your right foot and reach it back? So your leg does a little bit more work than if you grab hold of the foot when the hip is in flexion. Release down and try that with the left leg. Reach your left leg back. Find the foot. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper in the pose. See if you can stay upright as much as possible. Release the foot down. Let's now focus on the range of mobility with the shoulders. Sit forward on your chair seat. Come forward on your sitz bones. Take your right arm up, make a fist with the right hand. Reach your left hand back. So the shoulders are in flexion and extension. And release and do the same with the left side. Left arm is up, right hand is back. A few more cycles. Reach up with the left hand up. Reach up with the right hand. Reach up with the left hand. Now bend your elbows just slightly. Reach up with the right hand with the right elbow bent. Reach back with the left hand with the elbow bent. Do the same again. Elbows slightly bent. You're doing that same flexion and extension with the arms. Two more. Now bend your elbows even more. With the elbows bent even more. So now the fists are touching the back. You release down and you trade. So rather than clasping, you're just working the arms in such a way that you get this nice lengthening quality for the triceps as the arm goes up in flexion, and you're getting a nice extension as well. Two more. And release out of the pose. So let's work a variation of that in a chair yoga pose. Step your feet nice and wide apart. Turn your right toes out. Step your left foot back so the leg's nice and straight. Make a fist with the right hand. Work the fist against the inner knee. Slide it down so the inner knee is pressing in toward the forearm. Lift your left arm up, make a fist. Place the fist right between your shoulder blades or on your upper back and draw down slightly. Again, reach your arm up, make a fist, press the fist to the back, and again, reach up, fist, press. Inhale, rise up. Let's go to the opposite side. So turn your left toes out with your left ankle right under your knee and reach your right leg back. Make a fist with your left hand. Slide the fist toward the inner shin bone. Lift your right hand up, bend your elbow, press it to the back. Lift the right arm up, press it to the back. And again, reach up, fist, press it to the back. We'll do one more action with the shoulders. So with your feet hip distance apart, take your arms in a cactus pose. Draw your elbows together and have the palms facing your face. Reach your hands apart. Draw your baby fingers together and take your arms back to cactus pose. Again, hug in, elbows touch, palms face your face. Reach your hands away from each other. Draw them back and come to a nice cactus pose. Again, draw the elbows together. Reach your hands away from each other, elbows still touching, back together, and take your arms out. Keep your arms in this cactus pose. Step your feet wide apart. Turn your right toes out. Straighten your left, just like we did. And as you hug the elbows in, as we were doing, just bow in. Almost like you're reading a book, you're opening the pages. Take the hands back together and rise up. Other side. Turn your left toes out, come to a cactus pose. Hug your elbows in as you bow forward. Again, looking at the hands as if they're a book. Now separate the hands and draw the hands back together and rise up. We'll do that one more time, just a little bit more speed. So open the chest nicely, bow in, take your elbows together. Just take your hands apart, keeping the back leg strong, rise up. Come to the opposite side, cactus pose, bow in, hug the elbows in, and separate the hands. Come back to the center position, open the chest nicely, release your hands down. Just pause and take your pelvis back in the chair. Close your eyes. In this practice, you were able to do some hip work and shoulder work. Just take a few moments now to ease your breath, to reflect on the actions that you did, to give gratitude that you were able to do this practice. Come back to a nice ease in your breath as you assimilate the actions that you did in your chair yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me in the practice. Namaste.